People say, well, I cannot wait for a true union. I must have sexual fulfillment now. Am I to be celibate until a relationship comes along? This you pose as a question to me. I anticipate it. Yet, you must ask this of your own knowledge. Knowledge is not belief. It is not thinking. You must ask this question of yourself. If you understand your true needs, you will see the answer is quite obvious. If you must have sexual gratification without true relationship, you are placing yourself at risk. Even your teachers cannot save you. You are living dangerously with your body. In all affairs, people learn by their errors. We do not deprive them of their errors. Yet past a certain point, it is unwise to repeat the same errors over and over again. You are no longer adolescents. You have all made these errors, so you do not need to continue. Life gives you these learning opportunities at an early age. It does not deprive you of exploration, but that is for adolescence. You are adults now. Adolescence in adulthood is destructive. Sexuality is a new importance now. It is this we must address. People are very compromised in this area. They are unsure of what they want because they do not see the obvious. You are either ready for union or you are not. Is it that clear-cut? Yes, it is. If you are not ready for union with another, do not pretend. You will find that your temporary allegiances will be very costly to you. They will leave scars and they will damage you. You will pay a price for them. You must have this early learning in order to learn what is real, yet you cannot persist in this indefinitely. This produces harm. Sexuality is entirely useless unless it is for reproduction or for union. It is only natural in these realms. If you are not in a position to have either of these two emphases in life, then use this vitality for other constructive purposes. Knowledge will draw tremendous energy from you. That is why it unifies you. You will not have time for things that are not necessary. As a result, you will feel your life is necessary, and you will not have to ponder its worth. Therefore, if you are not ready for complete relationship, do not play with your body. It is a fragile instrument, tremendously fragile. It is yours to use or abuse. Your emotional state, as well, must find equilibrium now or knowledge cannot arise, for knowledge must arise with its own power. If this power is too disruptive to you, naturally it will not occur. Knowledge is something which cultivates itself within you. As it begins to emerge slowly, it will have increasing influence over your thinking and ideas. You will have many signs before you are about to make a mistake, and you will begin to have a broader range of experience. There are those who are born into this world who, from an early age, recognize that they have intuitive gifts. These people must be especially careful, for their gifts open them to a broader range of experience which they are unlikely to be able to discern properly. For them, the physical body is even more sensitive an instrument. Think of it like this: the more specialized the instrument, the greater the care it requires. Precision instruments require greater maintenance. You cannot bang them around every day. It is the same for those whose gifts have been evident from an early age. Many of these people are not from this world. They have immigrated here at this particular time in human history. They have never felt at home here and have always felt displaced. Their awareness of this speaks of an increased sensitivity. For them, personal relationships have wreaked havoc. They are attempting to unite, but they are not with their own kind. Yet, these early sensitivities speak of a greater possibility later. If these individuals can establish a functioning self in this world, they will be in a tremendous position to be of service to the teachers of God. You need a witness to your knowledge in order to accept it. Knowledge always speaks of relationships. These relationships are essential to your well-being. They are strong allegiances, although they may only be temporary. It is as if someone had come into your life to help you open, and then they left. Yet even after their departure, you will feel a bond with them. This is relationship at a greater level. We encourage the development of knowledge always. This will attract the important people to you. These people will teach you through their demonstration about the difference between reality and error. Many of you have seen enough error. Must you endlessly attempt to experience everything for yourself when people around you are committing every form of self-violation imaginable? You may save yourself great time and difficulty by being observant. Knowledge speaks of intrinsic relationship, not established relationship. That is why the man or woman of knowledge is never alone. They have tremendous allies, both here and abroad. Their power comes from their relationship with life. They draw their energy from this. They seem unusual in their abilities because they are not alone and serve as a channel for a greater resource, vitality and direction. What do you do with all this sexual energy you have? It's swimming around in you. It makes you very angry sometimes. It is spiritual presence. People are aroused sexually when they feel presence. This presence ignites a yearning for union, which raises deep emotions and tremendous sensations physically. This vitality in your body is not to be denied. That is unhealthy. Yet it must be recognized and given constructive expression within your current circumstances. Recognize this idea, please, the individuals in this world, and in other worlds as well, who have been major contributors to their people were not wasting their vitality in meaningless pursuits. They were drawing upon all their resources for the tasks at hand. They were not casual about anything. Life was too vital for them. It is this vitality you miss. It is this vitality that your knowledge contains for you. Yet you must seek for it in your current activities. Part of the attraction of romantic love is that it seems to return vitality to you. Temporarily. It is deeply stimulating to your life force, but it does not give expression or promise to it. The great romantic interludes that you see in your stories and in your pictures are very exciting, but they hold no promise. After you have met this desired one who seems to bring out of you such fascination, enjoyment and self-abandonment, what do you do then? Do you sit around and abandon with each other? There is nothing to do, nowhere to go. Your fascination begins to disappoint. These parodies of relationship must be recognized. True relationship has the intimacy, compassion, and deep pleasure of union because it has promise, direction and purpose. Therefore, if you seek fulfilling relationships in the world, always seek purpose. It is the foundation. On a personal level, you cannot maintain relationships long-term, for your interests will vary. If you are seeking knowledge, then you will risk these relationships constantly. That is why it is best to seek knowledge first. Anything you establish as a substitute to this you will risk losing. That is why it can take so very long for those who have made great establishments without knowledge to turn towards knowledge for their redemption. They are very fearful of what it may mean. Our comfort for them may not be enough. People wish to think that they can have everything, you know, but it is not true. You cannot have everything. You can only have ideas of having everything. If you try to have everything, you will be empty-handed and forlorn. Is this negative? No. It is very kind. Your knowledge has specific work here. You are placed in time and space, which means you have activities. Self-realization does not leave you dormant. It is a specific application that becomes quite apparent. You want relationships desperately, but you do not know what to do with them. You are like a person who has an appetite, but does not know how to eat. So you thirst and hunger for the great feast, but when you sit at the table you cannot eat. This is your dilemma. Many people ask, how can I find true partnership? That is not a good question. Find what is true and partnership will find you. Purpose emanates from your knowledge. You have had experiences of knowledge already. It is this that requires cultivation. There is great assistance to help you do this. Then relationship will come to you. That is the way. Learn to eat. Do not seek food. Learn to eat. Or you will sit at the table and realize you cannot fulfill yourself. You will not be satisfied. Understand this, please, God does not know you personally. That is why you have teachers, for they can establish personal contact. God only knows what God has created in you. God is in communication with this. God does not know you personally. God does not come from far away to help you out personally. Yet, God serves you personally because of God's plan. There are many attempts to personalize God. They are always fruitless and frustrating. If God is real, why doesn't God come and fix up this world? Why doesn't God come and make my troubles go away? Why doesn't God come and bring peace? God has brought peace. God has made trouble go away. Yet no one can see this. God has answered every need, yet no one sees the answer. If God came and made all troubles go away in your physical realm, you would realize you were in hell already. You were ill-prepared for peace. You could not tolerate peace now. It would show you that you are disassociated from yourself. It would be terrible. It is better that you have a canvas in this life to create anything you want until you find what you really want. This world is very flexible. Because of the evolution of life, God serves you specifically in every stage you are in. One step ahead of you in your spiritual family are your elders who lead and instruct you. They are led and instructed, and so on and so forth. God is the attraction. The plan is the means. You feel God. God is like a great attraction pulling you. God is pulling everything in. God has never personally visited this world, for God is not a person. Yet God's teachers have delivered messages to individuals throughout history. This is difficult to understand, for it can only be known. Can your thoughts accommodate these ideas successfully? My words are approximations only. In your world there are those who are destined to become speakers for the greater reality. You must understand that the greater reality is not the greatest reality. That is not how life works. God can only communicate through God's messengers, who exist in the next step. Each step serves the step below it. That is how everything progresses. Therefore, let me now summarize. Sexuality is for reproduction and for union. Sexual energy is only life force experienced in a certain part of the body. Relationships must serve in the current stage of the individuals involved, yet in all stages there can be completion and progress. Serious students of knowledge must become responsible for their sexual energy and their engagements with others. It becomes evident what must be done if this is their intent. Sexuality will not be a problem when you are with knowledge, for you will not be attempting to use your physical vehicle inappropriately. You will experience your energy being drawn where it can be of the greatest service, and your sexuality will be for union. It will not be a problem.